Alright everybody, welcome back to another turn of Operation Zipper. This is going to be turn 5 for the Comintern, July of 1938. I'm not aware of any housekeeping, so let's just jump straight into it with the CCP. We'll be starting with a bank of 4. We'll be spending 3 of it on 1 cavalry, leaving 1 in the bank. For combats, we do have a few to declare. We're going to be dissolving the Chinese truce, and combat moving into Sichuan with an infantry from Singhai, a cavalry into Tibet from Shinsi, and a cavalry into Xinjiang from Shinsi. All 3 of those will be captured for free, with no combat to roll for. Alright, with that we can move into the placement phase. We'll place our cavalry in Shinsi, collect 4 IPP, and recruit, hitting at a 7 or less now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a hit, a miss, sadly. Alright, moving on to the Soviets. We'll start with the tech roll. We'll be rolling for improved construction, hitting on a 7 or higher. That's a miss. Over to our purchases, we have 18 to spend, and we're going to be spending 9 of it. Saving 9. We'll be building a railroad into China, a militia upgrade, and an airborne. For combat movements, well, I think we just have none. Everything's going to be a non-combat movement here. So we'll go straight into the non-combat movement phase. Torpedo boat destroyer from I-4 is moving 1-2 into M8. We've got some units around Russia moving 2. 1 light armor and 1 cavalry from Oral Kursk are moving into eastern Ukraine. 1 light tank and 1 motor infantry are moving into southern Belarus from Oral Kursk. And then from Oral Kursk, we have an infantry and a cavalry railing all the way over to Amur. We've got 2 infantry in western Russia moving into Leningrad. And we've got 1 infantry from Amur crossing the narrow crossing into North Sakhalin. We've got an infantry from Chita marching over to Amur, and then a fighter from Amur is flying over to Chita. And that is going to be all of our movements. We have a coastal submarine in A44 moving over to M2 for the Republicans to interdict Italian Lend-Lease to eastern Andalusia. 2 ships in M10 are also going to move over to M11. With that, we can move over to the placement phase. We'll be building an airborne in Novosibirsk, militia upgrade on Sakhalin, which is home country. And then the rail into China. Let's use eastern Kazakhstan. Alright. And then collect our income and roll our recruits. Mongolia will be recruiting at a 4 or less. That's a hit. We'll do an infantry in Karulin. I'll just copy their... I don't know of any flat white units to take. I'll make sure there's an infantry here that's appropriate when I pass the save file along. And then we'll be rolling for a 3 or less on the Spanish Republicans. That's a miss. And then we'll collect our income, which should be 13. Yeah. Bringing us to 22. With that, we should have everything more or less in place to pass things along. So we'll leave things there, pass things back over to Mufoy for Japan, and say best of luck on your next rolls.